This cut's on. Hey y'all.
Peace and blessings to you, Queen.
How you doing?
Thank you for coming on and for wanting to provide a perspective that we haven't heard yet. Go ahead, Queen, talk your shit.
Hey,
Come on.
You said go ahead.
Come on, hair flip. Come on with that hair flip. I see you. Go ahead, hair flip. Come on.
Okay, the only thing, y'all, the main thing I just seen that was like, my main thing is, first, I'm not against black men. So, what, I don't know his name.
Shaheed?
Is it Shaheed?
Shaheed.
Okay, Shaheed, I can't.
Fair enough. That's close enough.
Come on. Yeah, his name is Shaheed with an SH.
I don't want.
No, you good. Just go ahead. Talk your shit.
Shaheed.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Shaheed.
There you go.
Perfect.
Okay, so I just want to mess up. So when you were saying like, I just want to say like, yeah, I'm not against black men. Like, if I disagree, I'm not like against black men.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, it's like, I just really feel like the same way I was born a woman and I have to, you know, quote unquote appear to be a certain way, especially being born like a black woman. I have to make sure what I say is not too aggressive. I have to make sure what I do, like, can't be too strong, but then it's like in some aspects you can't be too feminine, or you know, you can't be too weak or whatever. So all I'm saying is I'm not against black men, but I feel like the same way I was born that way and I have to show up as a woman regardless, and I have to keep trying again and keep being gentle and keep trying. I feel like that's the same way like with black men. Like, y'all have to be the lead. And if a woman is rejecting your
leadership,
help in a sense of your chivalry, if a woman's like rejecting something like that,
okay,
then it's like, I mean, of course, I'm sure you probably do, but you know, you got to keep doing that because she's not rejecting it maybe because she don't want it, because we all want that. It's just like, that's what we used to. Like, we have to show up like that because so many black men are already never like playing their role, like showing up fully in their role.
So
does that make sense?
Yeah,
it
makes sense.
Perfect sense.
It makes sense, but what you're saying is you're conditioned to be a certain way, and when you reject my natural conditioning, like I was raised from when I was like 5 years old, and my sister was 18, 19. Go walk your sister to the car. I was raised that way. That's how I was conditioned. That's how I was raised, right? So if a black woman is telling me she was raised to do everything on her own, there's a conflict there. So it's just like,
and see, that's not even how I was raised. That's not even me.
Right, but it's like, what are we, when we know we're conditioned a certain way, it's our responsibility to break those cycles. It's our responsibility to break our own curses.
Individually.
Individually, yeah,
individually.
Absolutely.
You can't look for nobody else to do that.
So you can't tell me that you know you're a certain way and you putting it in the hands of somebody else to break you of
That's
that
unfair.
conditioning. You know what I mean?
Okay, that aspect, yes, that aspect, I get what you're saying, but I'm not saying it in a way of like.
No, I understand
what
you're
saying.
saying.
Okay,
showing
cool.
up for that same woman to break that cycle. I'm just saying keep showing up in general because that's you.
No,
That's
facts, absolutely, yeah, of course. So now let me ask the women this: the women that know that they are conditioned this way, in these moments where these men are trying to help you and these men are trying to man up for you, are you checking yourself and say, nah, you know what? Let me let him carry my groceries, or let me let him walk me to my car. Let me not always take it as him coming on to me and this and that.
Because I'm not in the mood.
Right. Are we checking ourselves in these moments? You know,
me, I mean, that's not an area where I struggle because I mean I'm fine. I'm all for submission. I'm all for that. Like I'm all for a man, you know, playing his role and all of that. So I mean that's not me. Like I'm not overly like strong where I'm like, oh hell no, like don't just I got it. That's not me. But yeah, I mean.
And you know what?
I will hope. Yeah.
You know what? We have to make sure we're not. When we say we're conditioned, we are conditioned regardless of the circumstances, right? You can't be conditioned one way for this man, but when it's a man you find attractive and you might give some attention to, you no longer conditioned that way, right? because that creates a different psychology in itself with other men. I caught myself doing this about a month ago. I just moved into my new complex, my new building. I was walking to get my mail, and there was a black woman out on her balcony, and she made a comment to me, like a little funny comment. It was flirtatious, and excuse me. And I just replied to the comment, and I kept walking. I looked up at her, acknowledged her, and I kept walking. I only did that because it was a woman that I was not interested in romantically or physically, right? So I got back into my place, and I had to correct myself, like, damn, if that woman fits your physical makeup that you like in a woman,
your whole response would have been different.
You would, exactly, your whole this. So I went back out there. I had the greatest conversation I had in a very long time with that woman from her balcony. She was up on her balcony. I was just on the little bench area, and we talked for a good 2.5 hours because I respected her in totality as a black woman versus just as an individual that I might be. Right,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what I say what I mean by our conditioning has to be the same regardless. So I can't say I'm just this nice, modest black man, yada yada yada. But when it's a black woman that I'm not necessarily interested in receiving something from,
changes.
My energy ain't the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
This is my question to you, right? So now we're gonna switch the topic. We're gonna just reverse the question or flip the question. What can black men do to love black women more?
I would say listen first to what black women are saying, because it's like whenever we try to say how we feel, and I'm speaking really broad because I never speak for like we, I always speak for me, but I would say listen to what black women are saying, because it seems like when black women speak on anything that they feel, it's just deemed as like
It's always
or a complaint or
it's always a rebuttal.
It's just written off so easily when it's like no, like it's like a black woman will say something and so many other black women will like co-sign. We'll be like, we automatically understand where she's coming from, but then to black men or to other people they just don't get it, and we like, girl, like she's speaking for all of us because we get it. And I just feel like if a few like black men just will listen to what black women be saying about like what they need, or just listen to what they saying about things, like that's the start right there.
And I appreciate you saying that, because even though we know that, or let me speak for me, even though I know that, I often say things like, get out of your feelings. I gotta check myself. I gotta know when to say that and when not to, because I know sometimes that can be a trigger for women, because it's been a trigger for women that I've said that to.
Right.
And so I gotta keep in mind that women they operate off of their feelings. And so me saying
exactly.
Go ahead.
I don't know if you was in my live the other day, but that was me and my homeboy. That was one main thing I was saying. He was saying I was responding emotionally, and I'm like, first, I'm not responding emotionally. I'm responding to like how I'm conditioned to hear it. I'm responding to how I hear it. And the second, even if I am responding emotionally, like, don't bash me for my genetic makeup. Like, don't bash me for things that, like, that's what is the beautiful thing about women.
Right.
I agree. And
like our insight and our intuition and all that. Like that's what comes natural to us, to see farsight or in hindsight. Y'all know what I'm saying. But you know, it's like, don't make me feel bad about that.
Trying to sound smart goes wrong.
So it's just stuff like that. It's like if y'all want us to let y'all be a man and be masculine, I can speak for myself. I'm fine with letting a man be masculine and show up in his role. But let us show up in our role. It's like everyone's always complaining about black women are so strong, so independent. And the moment we be vulnerable, the moment we let our guards down and we do that, then it's like, stop being emotional. Stop, not you, but just
no. You can say me, because I do that. I'm not gonna lie to myself. I do that. I say that. And so in the midst of me doing and saying that, I gotta be more conscious about not doing and not saying it. It's really that simple. So in regards to holding myself accountable, I can hold myself accountable and be okay with me fucking up, because I fuck up when I say that, because I say it and I do, and they hear me say it. Right. My women friends
we all say it.
Yeah.
We all say
and
it.
So
most
thank you for putting that into its proper perspective.
Right.
Also, I'm gonna actually eat this question too, because I know you answered it. Black men need to listen to women more. What are some things that you view as black men needing to do, or you yourself. It's hot in here, but black men, yo, it's hot in here for real.
Yeah.
It's like so much lights and shit, but yo, it's hot.
I'm trying not to sweat. Like,
It's hot, bro. It's hot. It's hot in here. All right, so, but yeah, what are some things black men can do to love black women better?
I think black men can seek black women beyond a sexual like relationship. Like look, like you can have dope relationships. Like we have
Facts.
dope relationships with women.
Facts.
Strictly friendships. So I think that we have to, and like it goes back to the conversation we were saying. Like no, don't be a woman's friend after you shot your shot. It didn't go in. And now
Talk
you're
about
friends.
it. Talk about it.
Actually,
Talk about
shoot
it.
your shot to that woman as a friend. Like we all know it's like as old as dinosaurs. A woman, you approach a woman, she say, "I got a man." You say, "Oh, you can't have friends." It's like we don't want to be your friend.
Facts. Yeah.
Oh my
We don't want to be your friend. Like you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but we have to start. We have to start building relationships based on real merit versus just trying to fuck.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I told my girl Tiffany, my
Hey
homegirl-
JD, we on how can black men love black women more?
Right. So I told my homegirl, she's the first black woman friend that I have that's extremely attractive that started from the base, the foundation was friendship. It wasn't like I shot my shot at her, she curved me, we friends. It wasn't like we used to, get it in, it didn't work, we became cool.
It was a strictly platonic friend.
It was strictly on that. And I learned so much. That's where I learned about I learned about listening to black women. I learned about how black women process their trauma, how they deal with their emotions, etc. Because I had a black woman that there was no investment emotional, like romantically. There was no investment sexually. So I can all the biases were out, they were gone. So I could strictly just hear her for what she was saying versus like how it affected me, how it was gonna change me, etc. So I think we just gotta build better relationships. You know what I mean? And we have to be comfortable with that. Like I have to be comfortable with the woman that I'm dealing with having relationships with black men and not thinking something's going on. She has to be comfortable with me having relationships with other black women and attractive women and not assume I'm fucking them. You know what I mean? We have to build it. That's where that trust comes in at. So I think that's where,
Yeah, and I'm big on that because I have a lot of male friends, so I'm big on that because I mean, what the hell, like, yeah.
Yeah. I think for me to
I
my
got male
answer to that
friends,
question.
like, and they're strictly platonic, never cross the line.
right.
I think for me, my answer to that
What you
question
saying?
is,
The Wi-Fi's breaking up.
oh no, I'm saying I think for me to answer that question, the answer to that question is, how can black men love black women better? We gotta put ourselves in positions for our women to confide in us, right?
Fact.
And so,
Hey, rewind it, bro.
I'm gonna rewind the first play. I'm gonna rewind the first play. We gotta put ourselves in positions for our women to be able to confide in us and be a safe place. Because a lot of the times, I'm learning how to be more of a safe place. I'm learning how to open up. I'm learning how to receive how I open up. And not only just receive how I'm opening up, but also encouraging my woman to do the same. But we got to be able to create a safe space for that. And I think the foundation of that is, like you guys were saying, friendships, being able to listen to a woman. And so when you put all those things into their proper perspective, you're able to be like, okay, I got to be able to be open to not just what she's saying, but feeling what she's saying and actually being able to respond to what she is saying. And not just, no, I feel you. Actually giving a response. Because I'm the no, I feel you king, and I got to get out of that no, I feel you. Because that shit, it don't help nothing. It don't help nothing. But yeah.
Yeah, for me, my thing was like,
I mean, yeah, basically black women. I feel like a lot of black women.
oh, go ahead.
It's definitely a
Oh,
challenge.
I
It's
was
a
looking. Okay. My thing is, this is real quick, is I feel like a lot of black women, because some of us have not had fathers in the household, it's like we all still need that nurturing from the opposite sex. The same way a black woman can give, a man some nurturing is the same way we still need to, like you said, there still needs to be a safe place for us too.
All right.
That's all.
For me, my worst habit is like projecting my feelings on the other people. Like if something happens and it don't hurt me, it shouldn't hurt you. That's my biggest. I'm like,
oh yeah,
I'm terrible at that. Like I admit that. Like so, if it's like it didn't affect me, I don't know why you sad, I ain't sad. Like that's where I get in my own way a lot, because I can't understand. I never put myself in their feelings. Like I'm always telling them to get out your feelings, get out your feelings, get out your feelings, and it's like, yo, how about you get in my feelings and see how this shit feel? You know what I mean? Like
Talk about it.
Yes.
Deep. Talk about it. So that's one thing I'm gonna be working on, man. I gotta stop saying that, because I say that shit a lot, and I think I say it because I get irritated by when I hear when I view something as an emotional response, and I unconsciously and sometimes consciously just tune it out, because I'm not about to listen to her. I'm not about to do, and I gotta check.
It's so crazy.
No, it's true though. I'm just being honest with myself.
That has to be the guy thing.
That's just that. I mean, I'm just being honest with myself. I gotta be able to disengage from how I feel. See, this is the thing. I'm telling the woman to get out of her feelings, but I'm responding to her based off my feelings.
Right.
The irony, right?
You know, it's great. Denzel asked, he said, is it a challenge to not cross that line on that friendship? There's no real line there. There's not even a thought. Like when you have a relationship, a friendship with an attractive black woman that's truly built on a friendship and nothing else, you start to look at her more so as family than a sexual figure. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't sexualize your sibling. You don't sexualize your true loved one.
It takes a lot to get to that.
Yeah, it takes a lot to cross that line. So for me, it's not.
Well, no.
It's not hard. Well, I'm saying if it's based on like a true foundational friendship versus like
double yikes, Denzel. I feel you.
You thought you wanted her, she curved you, and then I was like, let me shoot that shot again. Like, nah, because the woman that I'm referring to, she's a beautiful woman. She fits my physical makeup of what I want in a woman, but I never once thought about like crossing that line there, you know what I mean? Because it's kind of like gross to think about, because that's how tight the friendship is. It's like, so to think about me and her is like, oh no, that's like, yeah, it's not.
Hell yeah. Hey.
Yeah, that's true. I have friendships like that too, so I get it.
All right, so it's interesting because as I asked that question, right, and I don't know if the women weren't commenting because they want to hear our responses, but it's just interesting how it wasn't really many comments to that question. It's interesting to me. I don't know about everybody else, but it's interesting to me how there wasn't many comments to that question.
Because y'all the men.
But wait. What does that mean, though?
That doesn't mean anything. You guys have all encountered men. You guys have all been in relationships with men. You guys have all have. So for just like we've been in relationships with women. And
my answer.
No, you answered already. You said listen, yeah. And I guess a lot of women share the same sentiment. So before I try to say they're not responding, that might be what their response would have been. But I don't know, because they didn't they didn't communicate that. We are listening.
Look, she said we are listening.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but
now I'm asking the question. But now I'm asking the question to the people.
You gotta give us feedback, though.
Yeah, we need feedback. We trying to grow. We trying to help. We need you guys' guidance and helping us grow.
Said was good.
Huh?
Say what we said was good.
I think what y'all said was good. You said be a safe place. Shaheed said, don't tell me. He said.
You remember.
Damn, what
I ain't gonna tell you.
Listen to black men more.
Look. See? No, I'm just playing. You want to tell what you said or no?
No, I said we need to we need to start seeking out black women as a whole versus just romantically, sexually, etc.
I got a surprise for y'all at the last live. This is gonna be our last live. We got a surprise for y'all too.
But real quick, what I'm gonna say with that is that's true.
Don't surprise.
You know it. We talked about it. We did. It's a funny surprise. It's funny.
No surprise.
Yeah.
Okay. Established friendship. All right. Yeah. What's up, girl? I'm sorry. Hey, so I know Kanae wanted to hop
No,
on.
it's because I'm about to get off. But yeah,
No,
what
we're
he
not
said,
rushing you
because establishing a friendship, because like when a guy just comes up to you and hollers at you, like that really does nothing. But if a guy just starts conversation and actually talks to you, that is all the difference too.
Fair enough.
Super fair.
Okay, I'm about to hop off.
Thank you for coming on, Queen. You look absolutely beautiful.
Finger
And,
man.
Hey, Finger Man. We need you, bro. Come on, Finger Man. And so we appreciate you coming on, Christian. And make sure you stay tuned because your perspective is valued, and we appreciate it 100%.
Yes, I had said everything in the comments, so I was like, dang, I got nothing to say now. But okay, thank y'all.
You're welcome, Queen. Until next time. Slowly roll, big fella. No. Bro, no. Hey, Finger Man, you gotta relax. Hey, Kanae, you still want?
She's up, yeah.
Yeah, she off now. Kanae, did you still want to come on, or do you wanna save it for another time? We would love to have you on, Queen. But if you wanna, if you good now and you're not as worked up as you were previously, I understand. But I know you was in the comments, wanting to share your perspective, and we definitely want to give you the platform to do so. As we're waiting on Kanae to respond.
This is great, man.
This is dope, like for real. This is hot here, but as we are waiting for Kanae to respond, I know, your perspective on what men can do, what men can do to show their, I guess, appreciation. Not I guess, show their appreciation for Black women more. I know we touched on a lot. Yeah, sure. Okay, well, come on, Queen. I know we touched on it a lot. I know. I just want to say I'm definitely gonna check myself on telling a woman to get out of her feelings. I'm gonna check myself on that. I gotta stop saying that. And as Raisha said, it's not always a bad thing. It's not always a negative thing. Right. And you're right, Queen. You're 100% right. Because I say that a lot, too much. Some of your thoughts are lost. Oh, thank you, Claudia. Appreciate that, Claw Booty. Claw Booty, one time.
Thank you, Claudia. Appreciate you.
Hell yeah, man. We got our mics. And that's the that's a surprise, bro. That's a surprise. I really can't wait for them to see the surprise, yo, with these mics. I can't wait. Y'all gonna be so happy. I can do it. Finger Man don't gotta come do it. I can do it. Finger Man. All right. Okay. Damn it. I done fucked up. I think I did. Oh no, I didn't. I actually made it better a little bit, huh? I actually made it better. Look at life. All right. What's up, Queen?
Hi.
Hell yeah.
What's up?
Hey,
So,
we gotta have somebody on when we bring. I want to see somebody's reaction when we get surprised.
Oh yeah, you 100% right. We gotta have somebody for real. All right, so okay. So the question was, I know you said a lot of your comments were getting lost, but the question was, we're gonna go back to the original one because I know you had a perspective on it. What can Black women do to love Black men more? Or did you want to answer the other question?
Yeah, I think y'all nailed it with the answers on how Black men can love Black women more, and what Christian was saying about taking our feelings into consideration and not just saying that we're nagging all the time. I agree with all of those, and I love how it was so easily considered and spoken for when it was asked what the Black man do for the Black woman. Because that is always the question.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? But when we ask what the Black women do for Black men, how we can love them better. It was a lot of who rah rah rah
Right.
rah.
Yeah. It was a lot of back and forth about.
Then turn on to,
It was a lot of back and forth. In which the question being asked
yeah, it was
opposite
a
way,
lot of
wasn't
back and forth. It wasn't just. I don't see how we couldn't just answer the question of how we can love Black men better, and that hurts my feelings for Black women because we always have to turn it on to us. We always have to turn it on to, okay, but how do we feel? How do we feel? How do we feel? We never consider the Black man's feelings even from growing up. Don't cry. You know what I mean? Toughen up. All of this. We can never consider the Black man's feelings. I'm an advocate for Black women for sure, but I am am a huge advocate for Black men because their voices are lost and their emotions are lost because we never give them the ability to speak on, you know what I mean, how they feel and how we can love them better and things like that.
Well said, Connect.
It was
So yeah, I was really riled up.
You still riled up or you unriled?
There's a I don't have the direct quote, so I won't say who said it, but they basically said, where there are no righteous women, there are no righteous men. And it's like,
Yeah,
it's just like,
Yeah.
we can't be
we have to rise to y'all.
right. So it's just like, if the woman is not taking care of herself, you're gonna see that directly.
It's gonna trickle.
Yeah, you're gonna see that in the reflection is gonna show in the men. So it's just like,
Hence why you have everything
Right.
you have that's going on.
so it's just like, that's what we kind of mean. Like, yo, when we say put yourself first, we just like, yo, take care of you,
And
it's going.
to speak on that for sure, because you right when you say the glow up, and
Facts. That was
of
perfect.
course,
That was perfect.
like I can speak on that so much because I cannot dang, what's the saying? Hurt people.
Facts.
And I cannot make you a better person. I cannot make this relationship better if I'm hurting.
Facts.
If I'm not loving myself in this, I don't know. You know, I went through so much in my last marriage because I did not love myself. I didn't even know how. I didn't know how because I put so much into wanting to love this do for this man and
Come on now.
expecting
Come
him
on.
to make me happy.
Talk about
in
it.
turn.
Talk
You
about
know
it.
what I mean? But it's just a lot, and I just want
And
to
speaking on that real quick, I think as men, not to
mhm.
cut you off, I think as men we manipulate so well, and we make a woman feel like she has to put us first. We make the woman feel like the woman has to put the man first in
Yeah.
order for us to be able to operate in the same place. But when you really think about it, as we've
Not
already
even
been
just
saying,
y'all, our parents, our mothers.
true, yep,
It's a fact.
facts. That's a fact.
So like, what we have to understand is,
But
No, you're right, Nisha.
what we have to understand is there's really only two type of people in the world.
Mhm.
You have givers and you have receivers. The people that give, they don't take time to sit back and say, yo, let me receive something for a moment.
You know what's funny, bro, that you say that?
What's that?
I was watching a live. It wasn't a live. It was a woman speaking, and she was talking about. Hey, Kanae, what's the quote? Because Kanae sent it to me. What's the quote that she said in regards to givers? Oh shit! Look at the Illuminati. Illuminati ain't fucking with us.
We still
oh,
recording
she
though.
said givers are always going to give, and takers are always going to no.
Shit! Look at us. The blind lead the blind.
I
But
don't
that-
feel like
but-
she
but
said
that-
givers are always going to give,
But that's
and then takers are always going to take.
and that's the
Like,
sense,
so the
right?
givers, at the end of the day, the givers will never get nothing returned.
Exactly.
Boom.
Because the takers are always going to be taken and not.
Exactly. So that
Yeah.
essentially, that's what I'm saying. So it's just like people that are receivers, it's just like they're gonna just receive,
They're gonna absorb all that. Yep.
and they're never gonna take the time. Because why would you even have to? They're never gonna take the time and say, yo, like, let me give something for a change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I noticed that for me.
Hold on,
like,
Rel. We gonna get you on, Rel. We gonna get you on. You owe us a podcast, champ.
Facts,
We gonna get you
Rel.
on, Rel.
For me, it's like I tell people all the time, like I love when I I get off of a freeway somewhere and there's somebody on the side of the freeway in need. I go out my way to give, right? Something. Because the gesture of giving, it makes me feel good for one, but at the same time, it's somebody that's a receiver that's not paying attention. Well, they are paying attention, but they don't pay attention to the fact that
It's unconscious.
all they see is they beeping their horn at me like, go, the light is green.
Right.
But it's just like, I always wonder, like, yo, how many people behind me are at least gonna be patient and say, I know why I missed that light because that man up there was giving. And are you gonna be okay with that? You know what I mean? Like, we get so caught up in giving and receiving, we fail to do the opposite at times,
Right.
and we knock ourselves off balance because too much receiving can be poisonous. You know what I mean? Like, it can.
My mic's down. My boy just said a word. Yeah. Jesus Christ,
and
man.
too much receiving can be poisonous, and too much.
It enables somebody. It's
right.
You'll become an enabler. Like I was an enabler. Yeah.
Too much receiving can be poisonous, and too much giving can be draining and exhausting, and you will burn out. So
which is 9 times out of 10 gonna happen. You're gonna burn out.
Facts.
Because that person you continue to give to, oh, this is what she do. So when she stopped doing it, well,
now
not even when she or he, pardon me. Right. Now there's something wrong with that person. Like, what's your problem?
And in my comment, this has to be like something huge for black men, because even in the comments on my page, a lot of men, and even in my DM, a lot of men were just telling me, like, y'all need to learn how to love yourself more. Y'all are not the only two that have said that. You know what I mean? But it sounds like it's like an attack on us to make sure y'all are loved more, but it's really not.
It's really not.
It's a stepping stone. I feel like
so check this.
Yeah, it's a stepping stone.
It's what's the most important.
So yeah.
So check this out. I had a conversation. I think I mentioned this on one of our previous lives, where I said that I went on a little tour of reaching out to a lot of the women that I associate with, and telling them, like, yo, don't enable me. Hold me accountable. I shouldn't be able to go back to Arizona and not speak to you in 4 or 5 months, but when my plane land, I hit you up like, what's the word, and you all for it.
You respond in 37 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You should be like, I had a one woman that I took a hit when she hit me with it. I was like, whoa. And she hit me, she like, I ain't spoke to you in 4 or 5 months. You're not about to just only hit me up when you come back in town. Like, if you can't reach out, see how I'm doing, say, hey, you know,
be cordial in the midst of
have a conversation with me while you away. Don't hit me up when you in town. And so, and that really, like, because this was one of them, you know, this was somebody that I was really rocking with. So when she cut that off, it made me work. I had to go reach out to the other women, like, hey, yo, why y'all let me do it? I didn't even know how much y'all were enabling me, because I do this all the time.
It's so funny, because I just checked my homeboy on that, because, you know, over Twitter, that whole thing of protect black women more, how could black men need to protect black women more. When I was trending on Twitter, my friend, he spoke out about it, and I'm hearing him speak out about it, but then I thought to myself of ways and situations that me and him have been in where I didn't feel protected by him, and it was because I enabled him, or I didn't set the tone, you know what I mean, from the very beginning, because if I would go over his house and it'd be late at night, sometimes he'll walk outside to come and get me, but he won't walk me to my car when I go back, or sometimes he'll walk me to my car, but he won't come outside to get me initially. So I had to go back, and I like sent him a message. I was like, I heard you speaking on the topic of protecting black women. Well, I'm sorry I didn't say nothing before, but I'm saying something now.
Right.
And what was his response to that?
I didn't use the words I'm sorry, but I was like, I basically just told him a way that you can protect me as a black woman and moving forward with other black women in general, walk them to their car and pick them up. You know what I mean?
What was his response
when
you responded to that?
All he said was,
You really talking
I forget what the fuck he said, but he was just like, thank you. Like, I forget how he said, but he was just like, thank you. Oh, he said, I'll receive that.
Okay.
That's what he said. And that's going to help him be a better man. You know what I mean? That's going to help him know how to, treat black women better and and vice versa, and the cycle continues. Yeah.
Hey, can we get a time check?
Hey, we appreciate you, Kanae, for coming on. Did you want to share anything else? You look beautiful, by the way.
Okay. No.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so, hey, Real, you ready to get on, chap? I see you talking about you want to write. Always a salute, Queen. I see you talking about you want to write a handbook, King. Come on, bro. Come on, Real. Where you at, King?
Yeah, just hit that.
Because I know you want to get your shit off, and we definitely want to be able to provide a positive space for you to
That's
do
it.
so.
We good.
There you go. Go ahead and click on it.
Oh, yeah.
We appreciate the valuable feedback from each individual person, for sure. Make
All right,
sure
what's
we
up?
peace and blessings, King. Before you talk your shit, man, we want to make sure that I talk shit to you. We were supposed to do a podcast today, goddammit. What happened, sir? Or yesterday, not today. Yesterday.
Alright, so the real honest story was, I was being honest, I was moving, I was cleaning out my grandmother's old house, so
Okay.
I didn't really anticipate yesterday having to spend all day doing that, but about 4:30 I realized I was going to be there later than what I anticipated, so
Fair enough. We do appreciate that.
that was my bad.
It's all good, King. I just wanted to talk shit, man. But it's all love, of course. And so, which question did you want to speak on? Was it a mixture of both, or was it one over the other, or?
I think it was just like really getting to the root of the problem.
Okay. Go ahead, sir.
And it's like it really involves this sort of reflection. So like women, as in general, are raised to receive. They're raised to censor their emotions, and the people around them, the adults, the men, the other women, as their kids and throughout their development, everyone continues to censor them. They continue to give to them. So oftentimes women are raised to receive.
I'm picking up what's down.
Men are oftentimes raised. That.
No, I said I'm picking up with you. No, I'm agreeing with you. Go ahead. I'm agreeing with you.
And then so on the other side of that is men are raised to give to those girls, those women. They are growing, but then we're also told to bottle our emotions, and cap all that inside of us. So now, as adults, particularly now, in this modern era where we're trying to have more conversations, where we want Black men to talk more about their emotions, we want Black men to love themselves and be more vocal about it. The problem is that's not how we were raised. And on the flip side is that women weren't, raised to give that to men. They were raised to receive it. So now as adults, we're having this clash where one is asking us to be more emotional, be more supportive, love more, simply put. And in some ways, men can give that, but we're also trying to
No. Hold on, bro. Because this is what correct me if I'm wrong, bro.
And create it, and it's in that imbalance that we're having this struggle. And this is why there's so much rebuttal when you ask that question about how, or rather when you say Black women start to love themselves first, or love themselves more, just putting themselves first in
for sure.
We all have to do that, because when we all do that, then we're able to come to the table and say, okay, this is what it is for me. Like Kanae just talked about her friend, where she had to let him know what it was. So for her, she was able to affirm, like, this is what it looks like for me to be protected as a Black woman. And protection could look different. Like, protection could be financial. So someone else has done that homework for themselves, and they're
I understand. Hey, real. So look, real.
Clear.
I understand.
And able to explain it. And for them, they want a man who they can affirm that can meet them financially halfway.
Hey, real. Can you hear me?
100%. However they want it. They just know, because that's who they are.
Real. Hey, real. So I'm agreeing with you. Can you hear me? Real?
Yep.
Okay. I'm agreeing with you, King.
Yep.
But here's where the disconnect is for me, right? The disconnect is when we start talking about upbringing, I'm with you. We start talking about upbringing, I'm with you. But once I understand that upbringing is going to always be embedded in us to a certain extent. Because as we able to see the world from our own perspective, that upbringing begins to diminish depending on what it is, depending on what you're talking about. And so for what we're talking about, you're able to see things from a different perspective. Not only are you able to see things from a different perspective, those experiences that you have with certain men, for example, Kanae's experience, you're able to now see protection doesn't look that, there's different ways you can communicate protection, but protection is protection. Regardless if it's financial, regardless of if it's physical, emotional, it's still protection. Right. I understand breaking down each individual one. However, I don't think for this particular conversation that it's necessary.
Why not?
Well. So the reason why I don't think it's maybe not necessary isn't the right word. I don't think it's
It's like
I don't think it changes anything.
Right. It's like in this, it's kind of like you're trying to be contrary to what we had been saying the whole time. Like we not like none of us know what the root issue is. Like when you first came on, you said
it's the root issue.
This is the root issue, and this is like reality is we don't. Yeah, it's a lot of roots. Like if the reality of a root, if you look at a root, that shit go like you see the tree going straight up, but the root spreads all over.
However big the tree is.
You know what I mean? So in the root, those several different roots is what pulls that tree up and what makes it strong and what makes in this context, the root is several different things, and it's all we see is one big bad tree. You know what I'm saying? So
I got a question for you, real.
Go ahead.
This is my question, King. So when we start talking about, so what are ways you can love a black woman more, you personally? What are things you can do to show?
So I actually put it in the comments.
Yeah, I know. They come in so fast and.
No, I was just saying what I said for me was that it's showing up as myself and encouraging you to do that throughout our relationship. Because if I'm achieving to be the greatest for me, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna try to enable that, through our, whatever our relationship is. If it's a friendship, if it's romantic, whatever. I'm gonna try to do that. So for me, that's what it looks like to continue to love black women more.
Mm-hmm. I like that answer, and that man,
no question.
I definitely share that same sentiment, King. I think what state are you in, bro?
New York.
New York.
Damn. Okay, so it's 150 there. It's Friday though. It's Friday. Okay, so when we gotta just schedule time to do the podcast, King, because I think it'd be great.
He said he responded. He said something.
Yeah, she got my number. Just hit me up.
All right, we're gonna do that, King. Thanks for coming on, sharing your perspective. It's always valid. It's always warranted. We love you, King. Salute, bro.
Have a good night.
You too, champ.
All right, bro. You trying to close this out?
Yeah. So we got 15 minutes left, y'all. We appreciate y'all for rocking out. We appreciate those that came on and shared their perspective. We also appreciate.
The surprise.
Oh yeah. We also Wait, don't
go nowhere.
Don't go nowhere. Just shit. We got a surprise for y'all. Anybody want to come on before we say the surprise? Because it's gonna be interesting. Does anybody want to come on as we discuss the surprise? If not, we can just do it. But
I want to see somebody's reaction.
Like, yeah, I do too.
want to see Diddy.
Hey, Diddy, where you at? Diddy, you in here? Diddy, you better be in here. Diddy, you ain't even gotta show your face. Just come on and just come on. All right, we getting crickets.
Somebody come on real quick.
God damn it! Remember the word, the statement of the year is still stop being petty. That's still the same statement. We rolling with it for the rest of the year. I know Jada Pinkett has introduced a new word to the world, which is entanglement. So we about to run with that. But let's please work on and focus on stop not being petty. It relieves a lot of stress when you're not petty. Yeah, see if you can get somebody on, man. And while Shaheed see if we get somebody on, y'all know me, I can talk for days. So I just want to talk to y'all about the week that just, you know what I'm saying? So within this last week, don't do what? Don't do it? No, we gotta tell them, bro. We gotta do it, bro. It's too good. So within this last week, I've been able to do some self-reflecting. I've been able to understand myself a little bit more. And so, and it's been someone that's been helping me do that as well, which I greatly appreciate. Me and my brothers, we going on a hike tomorrow. It's going to be a brother hike, and I'm looking forward to it. Hey, where we going, Denzel?
Verdes.
What's the name of the hype? You know the name of it?
Yeah.
We're going somewhere in Palos Verdes. Leave it to Denzel. Of course, he wouldn't know the name, but we're going somewhere in Palos Verdes. And I'm looking forward to the great combos that's going to take place. You looking? Oh, she not on?
Her phone is broke.
Oh, right. Her phone is broke. Her phone is broke. All right, so look, we was trying to. All right.
Yeah.
Now we're gonna do the surprise. We don't got enough people. We ain't enough people to do the surprise. It's only 5, bro. It's only 5. We ain't gonna be able to rock out with the surprise. But yeah, y'all stay cool. Y'all stay safe. Have a great weekend, and remember, love yourself. Remember to give yourself a hug, and we love y'all. Peace out. Drop the mic. We out. Damn.
Man, salute to everybody, man. That was
shit was
dope,
fun.
man. Good job, Brazil. I